Niccie, what are we talking about today?
All right. Today we're going to be talking about life and our busy, busy world. So like each week and the way my book and really my coaching is laid out, I'm going to do it in this way where we consider what the problem is, then we consider what the Word or the Bible tells us about the problem, and then the gift if we follow it, and last we look at considering the choice, which is our free will. So when we talk about this busy world, basically we're stressing ourselves out. We are busying ourselves so much that we're having heart attacks early. We're busying their lives so much that our kids are having ulcers and having anxiety attacks. And even on the flip side, there's this other place where we almost get so busy that we get stuck, and these people are sort of overwhelmed and frozen. So if we look at what the Word says, there's a couple of verses. I'm going to paraphrase them so you can move along a bit. But basically, when we're anxious, I always think of Matthew 6:33, where basically we're being told to seek the kingdom of God first and that righteousness. Because when we're getting stuck in the world and all those things, we're going to be getting the results of the world. But if we can seek the kingdom of God, we're going to have Him helping us, and it's going to move us along in a much smoother, stress-free way. And then overwhelmed. When we're overwhelmed, it really does leave us frozen. And these people sometimes feel like, gosh, I'm not accomplishing my goals, or they get home and they sort of want to plop on a recliner, just tunnel in because it's so overwhelming. Honestly, they just don't know where to go next. People can't feel bad when these things happen. This is real, and it happens to a lot of people. But we can consider what the gift is then. And so the gift, I'm just moving right along here, but the gift then is really this peaceful place. And so if we look at Matthew 11:28 and 30, this is where He says, "Come to me, all you labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke upon you." And He keeps saying that the yoke will be easy and our burden will be light. And this is what I want us to really focus on, is the yoke. We still have to work. Yeah, it's not like an easy life. We're still working. But when we're working with God, we get all His strength and power and might. And when we're in the Spirit, we get those fruits: love, joy, peace, forbearance, all those things. Then there's one last thing, and consider the choice, our free will. And I always want to give this little nudge from Niccie, and today I'm going to leave you with the word life. So L-I-F-E, and this is your nudge. You have free will to decide, but it's for Lord. Step into the Lord. And think about how when you live in the Lord, you get His strength and all that. You cry out to Him, and you can really live in this place. And I is for remembering that it's not your world. I am is how it is. That's God. It's His world. It's the life that we live with Him. It's not about us. When we want it to be about us, okay, these are just our children then, and we get to stress out and worry about our children alone. Or do we want to think they're God's kids too and have His help? Our money. Okay, I don't want to just make my own money and live on that. I'd love to get the blessings that I get from God too on top of my worldly money. F, forsakes. The world forsakes us over and over again. It lies. It's full of sin. It's just the way it is. It's life. But God never forsakes us, and we can have courage to do God goals when we live with God. And last, eternally in the big picture. So this I really love because we just don't get stuck in our stresses of today. We can think broadly and know that we've got God and all of His omniscience and power helping us out. And I rambled through that again, my second week in a row.
Well, thank you, Niccie. I'm sure many of us, if not all of us, can relate to the busy world that we are stuck in here. And many people obviously do have trouble coping with that. If anybody wants to talk with you more, how do they get a hold of you?
Thanks so much. And yes, NiccieKliegl.com. I'm going to spell it NiccieKliegl.com. And there's all kinds of free resources on there. You can sign up for them. I don't bug you, but you can get them all. There's a lot. And then also follow me on my Facebook page, and that's also Niccie Kliegl. There's two, my personal one and my work one, Fulfill Your Legacy. I'd love to see you there, and thank you for this time.
All right, thank you, Niccie. That is Niccie Kliegl from Fulfill Your Legacy in Alton on Doctor in the House.